it's Kate here, and welcome to day 4 of our Get Started guide. Today we're going to look at editing a ready-made template. I'm also going to look and see how we can add a PayPal button to a page, and also how we can add a Google map to the page. So if you've got products in a store, or you've got an event coming up or something, you want people to be able to go there, you can feature that on your page. So first of all, let's look at editing a ready-made site. So go to drag and drop Pixel Perfect, new site, and then you will see that we have a range of ready-made templates that we can look at. Go to Express, and the template I'm going to look at is the jewellery template, which is here. You'll see there's a vast variety of different templates here. It's worth having a look at the different ones, because although, for example, this one here is set up for a sports agency, that once you've changed out the images and added your own custom text and everything, it can be used for any variety of purposes. If you want to view a template, just click on View, and that will show you what the template will look like when it's live. So we can see the different sections that this is made up from. And if we want to edit the template, it's just a case of clicking on Edit. And here we have the site that we can now edit. So when I start working with a template, the first thing that I do is have a good look around it and see how it's actually made up. So we can see that this is made from a banner, and we looked at banners yesterday, and you can see that how when you move something, everything that's on that banner moves when you move a banner. So all of these different sections are made from banners. So if I wanted to, I could just right click and delete to delete this section from the site if I didn't want it, and then move the rest up to join it. So we've got a number of different sections. We've got a counter, we've got some images, we've got a contact form, and then we've got a map at the bottom, and then a sign up form. So that gives us plenty to work with. And the other thing that we've got here is something that we haven't looked at before, and this is a series of anchor points on the site. Now, this is a really versatile way of helping people to get around your site quickly and easily. And this is like that they attach to a menu, or they can attach to a button. And when somebody clicks on the button or that part of the menu, it will take them directly to this this anchor point on the page. So let's. I'm now previewing the site, and we can see how that works in practice. So if I click on Contact here, it takes us down the page to the anchor point, if you remember, that was here, which is the Contact Us place. So this is really good if you've got a long page and that people need to navigate their way around the page. Then this is handy because it will take them directly to that point on the page. But also it's really useful. Let's say that I had a page and I just wanted people to go to the buy button. So I might want to have a buy now somewhere else on the site, and then when they click on that, it just takes them down to for example, to the PayPal button or something. So it's a way of getting people around the page so they're not there having to scroll forever, and that you're sending them to where they want to go. So these are called anchor points. So you'll see we've got one for home, which will tie to here. We've got the next one, about us, that's here, etc. So this is known as a one-page. This is also known as a one-page website, because instead of having all these sections on different pages of the site, it's all on this single page. And this is a good way to have like a portfolio site where you've got everything in one place, and it's another approach to websites. So let's have a look and see how we would edit this. Well, we've got a header at the top, and the header will contain our logo, and we've got map, the address of where we are, and the opening times, and the contact information. So let's say that I don't want to have my store information on here. I just right click and edit, delete, sorry, and that's just removed that from the top. I'm going to change the logo to my logo, so right click, change image, select my image, and let's say I'm going to just change this information here, so text, and it's just a case of just editing and typing in the text that you want. If you want to change these icons, then this is just an image, so you would go to a place where you get your icons from, somewhere like Flat Icon, upload them as images, and then you can change your icons here. The menu bar, right click to edit the menu bar, configure, and you'll see these are the different sections on the site. If we wanted to rename one of the anchor points, we would then rename the rename the word in the menu bar just by clicking on the little cog icon. So just confirm there, and I've made it a sub menu by mistake, so I'll just put it back into place. So we did look at menus a little bit the other day, and we'll look at menus a bit more deeper later. But one of the good things about menus, as you can see, I mean, it is very easy just to create sub menus if you want. So we'll confirm there, and we'll close here. And then here we've got social media icons. To edit, right click again and edit, and we can edit the spacing and the size. So if I wanted to make that bigger, I can just use a scroll thing to make it bigger. And then if I want to add my own information, which obviously I do, then the right click, select image, and you'll see that we've got the Facebook icon here, title Facebook, and then this is where you would add your Facebook page or your Facebook group information here. If you didn't want to have, for example, if you didn't want to have Twitter or Google+, then if you just remove there and confirm, and it will remove it from the from the social media bar. And the same would go if you wanted to add another channel that wasn't on here, like Snapchat, for example. Then you could just upload the icon, enter the information, and then it will be entered on the bar here. So the one of the things that really stands out about this site is the images and the strong feature image that we've got at the top here. So to change that, right click and appearance, and go to images, and then we'll replace this image that's already here. And so this is an image that I've already uploaded, and confirm. And here's now my image at this top bar. So I can change this text here to a tagline. I've got knitting here, so let's just change this to everything you need to get knitting. Not very imaginative. To get knitting, create your own style. Oops, spell that correctly. And my text is run on a little bit, so I don't want it to run on. So I'm just going to extend the size of the text bar here. We've got a little bit of subheading here. This could be a little bit of information about me, or something about the my brand. It could be a tagline. It's probably a bit small for a tagline, so if I wanted to change that into a tagline, I could do so. Just type in the text and then increase the size of the text. Get a free quote. So if we right click on this, you'll see that we can set an action, So we could actually set this action so that when somebody clicked on that, it triggered an email. So then we would then fill this information in, so that we would change the subject to "Please can I have a quote?" And then when someone clicked on that, it would open an email form. Another way we could do it, get a free quote action. Perhaps that you might have a page on your site where people could get a quote. In that case, you would just send them to that page here. Or you could have it so it triggered up a pop-up, and the pop-up could have a contact form on it that said, "Please tell me how much, I don't know, 6 of these would cost." So you can configure your buttons to give people the opportunity to get in touch with you that way. So then let's go down a bit, and we've got the About Us section. So again, we'll just change this image. So I'm going to change this to another knitting image. So you can see there already that we're beginning to give the site a look and feel that is cohesive with our brand. The key to a really nice looking page is to having the different sections and maybe the whole site have a very cohesive colour scheme. That this site is going to look nice because I've chosen a very neutral sort of palette to work with. That if I had bad looking photos, then I'm going to have a bad looking site. Images and photos are so important to a good looking site or web page. So right click to change that. Obviously I changed my text here, so it was about me and about my brand. I remember when you're writing the about me stuff, although it's called about me, about us, but that really that we should read it as what we mean to our clients. So I'm writing about me, but the customer isn't really interested about me. What they're interested in is what I can do for them. So we have to always write the about me section so that it applies to what we can do for the person who's reading that section. Okay, so we've got an automated counter in here. Automated counters are fun for bringing somebody's attention to some key facts. So these are again to right click to change. So we can change the text, we can change the appearance. If we wanted to, we can change the font and put a border around it if we so wished. We've got we could have it so that it had a hover effect, so when people hover over it, then something happened. But because this is an animated counter, then that's probably all the action that we particularly want this to take. So the sort of thing that you could do here is like you would have saw on the crochet page that I created, number of items made, or number of feedback, 5-star feedback that I've got, or number of clients that I've got, number of products that are in my store. There's a number of things that we can use this for. If you don't want to add this to your site, then like I said, just simply right click and select delete, and woof, it will be gone. If you want to change the background color so that, as I said, this page has a very neutral palette. If you wanted to really stamp your own feeling on it, then you could either upload an image here for this banner or change the color to something else. Right, okay, so then we got the services, so what we do, so this could be a range of products. Now the purpose of this site is probably sort of like a portfolio site, so you might want to feature your the products that best represent your business here. I would think of this as being a site that you would the objective of this site is to get people to get to know you and your products, probably not so much to actually sell from this site. So I'm just going to quickly stop the video while I load the images into this section. So I've changed the images out, and that you'll see already one thing that can go wrong when you are editing templates, and that's that your images might not be the same size as the images that you're replacing, so therefore it knocks everything out of place. So there's a couple of things we could do here. Obviously, you could upload the images to the right size the first time, or you'll find you can actually edit images on here. So I've clicked on the image and click on edit, and you'll see that I can crop. So let's just crop this a moment, and I'm going to crop a little bit down from the back. So I could see if I knew what the measurements I was aiming for, which unfortunately I don't, so I'm just going to have to do this by eye. But you see that you can actually crop it and make sure you've got the precise measurements. So I'll just accept that. And there's my cropped image, and I didn't do a bad job of getting that the right size actually. So then again, just right click to change the text underneath, and if we wanted to, that we could add a button under here, just add button, and that could take people to a page on our website or our store if that's what we wanted to do. So again, I would crop this image now. So we've got, this would be the same button that's above, so whatever we did with our button above, we could do that again here. And then the contact form. So a contact form, again, we might want to change some of the information that's here. And these forms are really easy to configure, and there's lots of different elements that we can include. So if we click on elements, you'll see this is set up so we can collect the name and the email, and they can enter their subject and then their main body. If you decided that you didn't want them to have to enter in a subject, for example, you can just delete that from this contact form. And if you wanted to add something like telephone number, then again that you can add that field. And if we right click and select configure, then we can make sure that email then comes to us. So Kate Pullen. So this message now, when someone contacts me on this form, it's going to come through to my Gmail account, and I can decide what action I want them to happen after they've sent a message to me. I could give them a download, or they could go to another page on the site. And if I want to give a thank you message, then set success message, and this would be thank you, or I'll be in touch soon, or something like that. So yes, I want to cancel editing. Okay, so now we're getting down to location, and this is handy, like I said, that if you've got products in a shop, or if you're promoting an event that you're attending, then you can actually add in your Google form using Google Maps. So to do that, edit, and you put in your address, and it will highlight that then on this section of the site. So if we go to formatting, we're on formatting. We can have it so that they can look at this flat version like this, or you can have it so that they look at Street View if that's available. So we'll just cancel that for now. And then we've got sign up to the newsletter. So this would be, we will configure this the same way as we did the other day, when we will have this so it comes directly to our email address. And that will then tell us that we'll then have that person's email address on our own email list, sort of like our own home email list. If you want to change that for the email targeting one, then go to the add button here, and then select add email form, and then you will link that then to MailChimp like we did on day 2, or to another email provider to update it there. Then this is where your logo goes, and then you can just change this text if you want. And this is your social bar again at the bottom. So that's really how easy it is to sort of create your own website using a ready-made template, and that there's a variety of ready-made templates. And if we have a look by clicking on the mobile version, you'll see that these have already been optimized for mobile use. So you may need to tweak it a bit if you've added in some more sections, but it's already going to look good for mobile. So that's something that's handy. Okay, so the other thing that I said that we would do today is to look at adding a PayPal button to the site. So that's something that's useful if you want to have somebody buy something actually from your page. So let's say I'm just promoting a single product on this page. I'm launching a new I don't know, necklace or something. So this page would just be talking completely about that item. That I'm talking about the benefits to the customer. I'm showing them maybe a 360-degree rotating image so that they can see what it looks like from all angles. I've got a video that shows how to wear it. I've got images of different variations and things. And so I've given everybody everything they need on this single page to be able to buy this item. So rather than send them to my Etsy store or my own store where they may get diverted, or they may sort of think, oh, maybe I'll just think about it and have a look at some other products while I'm here. You're going to grab them while they're on this page. You're giving them the buy button, and then that is focusing them on making that decision now. Particularly if you put in a counter or something that's giving them a special offer, but that offer is going to disappear after 20 minutes or something crazy like that. So to do that, we just click on the Add button. Click on Apps down here, and if you remember when I've spoken about these before, these are, if you come from WordPress, you'd probably think of these as being widgets. And here's your PayPal button. So just click on that and drag that into place wherever you want it. You've got a couple of different styles. To configure, right click again, always right click, and edit. And then here you can change what you want on the button. So we've got buy now. Can't think what else you'd have, but I mean, if you wanted something else, you'd have something else. This is where you put the email address of where you want to take the payment, the currency. This is a description of the product. This is how much the product's going to be. This is the quantity. And then this is the return URL. So if you wanted, after they'd purchased, if you wanted then for them to go to a thank you page, you would create your thank you page and put that here. And you can also say how you want to, whether or not you want like the credit card logo to appear underneath or not, or if you want to use a smaller button. I can't think why you'd want to use a smaller button, because I think even the normal size button is quite small. So confirm. It's not going to let me confirm because I haven't put in my information. Okay, well, I'm just going to close that without saving. But that then, if I'd entered all the information, then this then would be now live. So if somebody then buys that product from me, then they will pay directly through PayPal, and they will be able to buy directly through that page. So that's it for today. So what we've looked at today is how to edit a ready-made template. We've looked at how to add Google Maps, or how to change the Google Maps so that it is it's showing your address, and how to add a PayPal button to our page so someone can buy actually directly from that page. Tomorrow we're going to look at building a sales page from scratch, and this would be a sales page to sell a single product, so that when we're talking about a product on social media, we can then send them directly to this page where it's going to give them all the information that they're going to want to make the purchase. So thank you very much for bearing with me for today's video, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye.